Allahu Akbar. Is this a chant of violence and death, or is it something that's merely calling people to faith? Allahu Akbar. If you would listen to some of the anti-Islamic propagandists out there, they would make you believe that this is a war cry. All the Muslims are just hiding out and waiting for the moment for someone to give the word, and we're all going to rise up and Allahu Akbar. No, it actually just means that Allah is the greatest. Well, technically it means Allah is greater, but it's left open-ended in order to communicate this idea that Allah is greatest. Nothing is greater than God. Allahu Akbar. Nothing is greater than God.
I thought it was quite wrong that somebody could shout
What about the
Allah
last 8 or 9
Akbar
days?
on the streets of London and not be immediately arrested.
Now, the corporate media and the Zionist influencers would like you to believe that it's a call of violence. Where does that come from? The reality is that Allahu Akbar brings us back to God. It brings us back to the memory and the remembrance of God. And that's the intention, that no matter what you're going through, come back to God. Remember God. It could be expressed at a time of grief or loss in the face of calamity. You could say, Allahu Akbar, Allah is greater. God is greater than this. And whatever I'm going through, there's wisdom and purpose behind it. It could be in a moment of celebration, something as small as scoring a goal or winning the match or, prevailing in some sort of thing. Allahu Akbar, that, God is greater than this, as much victory or glory that I've obtained, that God is greater than this. Or it can be something monumental, like when oppressors are toppled and dictators are unseated. Allahu Akbar, God is greater. God is greater than the tyrants. God is greater than evil. God is greater than all of the forces that want to exterminate the truth and perpetuate falsehood. It could also be in just disbelief at God's providence and his grace. Some of the times when you see the children of Gaza being pulled out of the rubble and they're still alive after days without food or water, Allahu Akbar, God is greater, God is the greatest, God is so great. He was able to protect these innocent children and deliver them to safety despite everything that was up against them. It's a reminder that God is in control no matter what. It's also a reminder that God is the priority. God is the priority. That's why we have it as part of our call to prayer, right? Which some people want to silence. Some people want to say, oh no, the adhan, the call to prayer from the mosques, is signaling this Muslim takeover of society. Do you understand what you're against? That this is literally calling people to pray. It's calling people to remember God, as if to say, hey, whatever you're doing right now, stop it and connect to God. Because whatever you're doing, whether it's working, whether it's getting your groceries, driving your errands, whatever it is, it's not as great as God. Taking the time to connect with God is the priority. So people should ask themselves, especially in all of this charged atmosphere, people trying to do these publicity stunts against Islam or try to make it seem like Islam is trying to take over or Muslims want to take over. We just want the same rights that you have. If you're able to make the church bells ring, we should be able to make the call to prayer. There's nothing offensive about this. And when you reflect on what the actual call to prayer means, calling people to remember God and bring them back to the fact that God is the greatest, no matter what you're going through. With all the godlessness and sin that the world is steeped in right now, is that really the message that we want to silence?